Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome yourselves back to another video. So today, I'm going to be telling you the best 3 VST free, absolutely free plugins for Adobe Audition, Logic, Pro Tools, any software you can think of. I'm going to be doing it in Adobe Audition today, but it's the same for every other software. They should download easy, if not maybe easier, because I feel like Audition's, not a lot of people use it. But if you use Audition, this is an Audition-based tutorial. I've not seen a lot of them, so if you want more of them, I'm doing like Audition tutorials like twice a week. Link in the description for more. But yeah, now here's the deal with Audition, and I would say with most softwares, you come with the basic amount of plugins. You come, with compression, all these different plugins. You come with the basic amount of plugins, and these Audition plugins are good. And like on my mix, I used like probably 65 to 70% stock Audition plugins because it does do a decent amount of it correctly. But some of it doesn't. Now, if you look here, it has so many different compression plugins, and each one is pretty good. Some of them are better than others, but my point here is that with Audition, all of these stock plugins, they're all like kind of sort of good. And they're all based, they're kind of all generalized. When you get a non-stock plugin, that plugin is pinpointed to that exact sound, whether it's compression, whether it's reverb, whether it's Autotune. It's professionalized to that exact sound. It's higher quality because Audition needs to have all of this different stuff if it's gonna call itself a mixing software. It can't just like pinpoint like it needs just this. You get my point, right? And I would assume other softwares are a lot like this as well. They have a lot of plugins and not a small amount of really good ones, just a lot of pretty good ones. The compression plugin, you have to download it and isn't stock, and you have to pay for it. So what is the best free compression plugin? For this video, I'm going to be going over it's called the Tube Amp. It's a saturator. It adds the punchy sound to your vocals. It adds, when you're rapping, instead of it just sounding like your actual voice, it sounds like your actual voice, but it just brings everything out of the voice, everything properly out of the voice that just wasn't there before. Rather than raising the volume, it raises the strength of your voice, essentially. Audition does not have a saturator. It has compression, and the compression works really well for making sure your voice the highs aren't too low, making sure your voice is level and everything like that, and it sounds fine, but it doesn't make your voice present, doesn't bring it to the next level. So we need something called a saturator. There's many you can get. This one is totally free, and I'm going to show you how to download it right now. This doesn't have a demo version as far as I'm concerned. And what I mean by that is like basically it's free all the time. You have all the basic settings all the time. I wouldn't say it's the absolute best. It doesn't do like it doesn't do a lot of work. It only does one specific thing, which I'll show you in a second, but it really adds like warm and proper distortion and grit to your voice, basically. So download the Windows version, and then you'll download the Windows version. And I can't fully download this because I already have the plugin, but it downloads normally like this. You open it up, you do the setting, yes, all the different things. Then you will go to Effects, you go to Audio Plugin Manager, and you see, look at all these different plugins I got. Audio Plugin Manager, scan for plugins, and I'm not going to do this because I don't need to, but it'll scan for plugins. It'll scan for all the plugins. You'll see it. Oh, it just detected a new plugin you got. Hit OK, go to Effects, and it's either under VST 3 or VST. This particular plugin is on VST 3, and it is under Distortion and Tube Amp. Okay, so here's the Tube Amp. These are pretty melodic, whatever vocals, and they need a little bit of grit added to them. So I'm gonna play you this without the Tube Amp.
I know I can be a little hypocritical. I'm just trying to grow from what I thought was right back then. So why you putting me down?
It sounds good. Now we're gonna add the Tube Amp.
I know I can be a little hypocritical. I'm just trying to grow from what I thought was right back then. So why you putting me down? Why you counting me out? Is my best not enough? Do I not deserve love? I know I can be a little hypocritical. I'm just trying to grow from what I thought was right back then. So why you putting me down? Why you counting me out? And is my best not enough? Do I deserve love.
Boom. Adds grit to your vocal, makes it sound so much better. Next free VST 3 plugin that you need is the Reverb. It's this Reverb right here that I'm using. It's absolutely glorious. You know, you hear that spacey sound. Yeah, that's how I get it. All of these different settings. And maybe I'm gonna go a little backwards with this one. I'm gonna show you what it sounds like first, then how to download it.
I know I can be a little hypocritical. I'm just trying to grow from what I thought was right back then. So why you putting me down? Why you counting me out?
It adds such a good sound to it. Adobe Audition's stock reverb is not that good, and so much other reverb. It does not have this big sound. It has so much less so much less different things you can mess with. It doesn't have all these different dials, which I'll explain what they mean in a sec. Look at all these different settings, okay?
I know I can be a little hypocritical. I'm just trying to grow from what I thought was right back then. So why you putting me down? Why you counting me out? I know I can be a little hypocritical. I'm just trying to grow from what I thought was right back then. So why you putting me down? Why you counting me out?
Bro, you hear how beautiful that sounds. Now, here's what all the different settings do. The dry signal is the signal not affected by reverb. So you put more of this in, it's just gonna sound weird. Here's how it's just basically overriding the reverb. This obviously is the actual amount of reverb, right?
I know I can be a little hypocritical. I'm just trying to grow from what I thought was right back then.
This basically just messes with how much the reverb affects the high vocals. Like if you have it really high, it doesn't sound good. But here's how it sounds.
I know I can be a little hypocritical. I'm just trying to grow from what I thought was.
See how it's affecting the high part of your vocals? Same with mid, same with low. It's kind of nice to have low up a little bit because it kind of. And then damp high, it does the exact opposite of the EQ high. It dampens the high vocal, and low dampens the low vocal. With basically how wide your vocal is, yeah.
I know I can be a little hypocritical. I'm just trying to grow from what I thought was right back then.
The time goes with how long the reverb kind of sinks or kind of chills in between vocal. Space, pretty much the same thing as width, and then pre-delay is literally like how much reverb comes before the actual vocal comes. You download it the same way. Click here, go through all the setup, blah 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 blah. Go to Audio Plugin Manager under Effects. Scan for it, you'll get it in, and then it'll be under Effects, VST3, Reverb, and then boom. Okay, and now for the final, this is a pack of effects, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I don't use most of these effects, but you might. This is, if you want to get a large variety, you want to mess around with a lot of different stuff. Honestly, I wouldn't get this whole pack and then start just mixing with just the pack. If I were you, that'd take a while to actually learn properly because there's so many different things in it. But if you're looking for, it probably has everything that Audition has, but I'd say a little better and with even more variation. So it's just a big pack if you want to just get a bunch of different vocals. You're bored, you want to mess around. It's a lot. It's everything from reverb to all of that. And most of the stuff in it, I haven't found super good. I found it just as good as Adobe Audition's stuff, so I haven't necessarily used it. You might find, you might like it a lot more, but it does have some really cool stuff. Something called the Harmonizer. All right, let me show you what Harmonizer sounds like.
I never meant to, I never mean to, but I'll do it anyways. I'm just trying to make sense through sense. You parted ways, I'll make mistakes. But not forever, I'm just trying to make things a little better. I feel so far.
You could add this. Oh, yeah. Mystical. Ay. I don't know you. Ay. See, the first part of my vocal is like normal. Yeah. Don't you talk. Whoa. So it can be super helpful, super cool if you use it correctly. You use it to, you know, put vocals together, do all kinds of crazy pitch stuff. So that's basically the main like thing I use for in the pack out of so many other stuff. It has Autotune as well if you want to mess around with that. I prefer the stock Autotune on Adobe Audition, but you can use the Autotune on that as well if you want. Like I said, it has compression plugins that I used to use. I don't use anymore because the one downside to this is the whole entire pack is free, but after about a couple months, it basically produces noise where it'll just basically randomly stop working for like 10 seconds, but then it'll work for like a minute. And so it's kind of a hassle. But you can export the song. You can still export the song with it sounding correctly. Like sometimes it'll come off, come on. But if you get an export where it's not producing any noise, because you go to the demo version after a little while, then it's totally fine. Now I know you're saying, demo version. If you had to pay for this whole pack, even just the Harmonizer I was showing you, the Harmonizer I was showing you itself is like $60. The whole pack would probably be a couple thousand, honestly. So the fact that you get to use it 100% for like a couple months is insane. And even the demo version, you just got to make sure that it's not producing noise and it's working properly. You can use all these really good plugins for free that you probably would have had to pay thousands of dollars for if you didn't buy them for free. meldaproduction.com. Just go ahead and download Czech Republic. I know what you're saying. Why would I want you to download that? I have no idea. I literally tried downloading it again yesterday. It worked totally perfect. I had my friend who just got an edition last night download it. It worked totally perfect. Once you download it, it basically will have you pick what plugins you want to get. So you can just get the Harmonizer like I did. You can get the whole pack like I did. So get all that, whatever. And then same thing. Go to audio effects, audio hardware, scan for it, get it all done. It's all in, and then it'll show up under VST3, and it'll have all these different things. I'm going to do a tutorial on how to properly de-ess your vocals in Adobe Audition probably later this week. Doing song reviews tonight with my friends, so stay tuned for that. Going to review all the new music that drops. Instagram link in the description, my actual music link in the description that you can hear. I've used some of these things I'm talking about. The reverb I've used on almost all my tracks. The Harmonizer on a decent amount of them. Thanks so much for watching. If this helped you, let me know, because that makes me super happy that I help people with their mix by giving them these free plugins, or not giving them, but telling them about them. So link in the description if you want to download them. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.